what's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Listen, listen, listen. It's a great day to be alive. Hallelujah, right? I see you, Deborah Johnson, Sardinia, Marion, Tracy Newman, Kenny Stanley. How are you today, sir? Hester Jackson, y'all had the glasses on. I had the sweatshirt on. Y'all, I was up all night. I was up all night. But listen, y'all, we did that thing. And I said we, because we helped. Yes, we did. News in Motion help. What's up, Deborah Sneak? What's up, Misha? What's up? So I needed to like get my eyes together. I was like, I'm gonna be rough this morning, but the news is still gonna be the news. So y'all, what is happening? I see you, Pastor Alex, popping in here. I see you, Camille Jones, popping in here. I see you. Kenny said he's doing pretty good. Well, you keep being on that road of healing. I see you, Leah. What's up, girl, Lee? What's up? Listen, listen. So yeah, I had to put my glasses on because I was like, I can barely see. What's up, Dr. Antoinette? Listen, y'all, it's a great day. It is Wednesday, December the 7th, 2022. And y'all, it's time for today's news headlines. And I just want to say this to all of you. Y'all, Santa is giving out gifts early. Hello, somebody. What's up, Kim Edmondson? What's up, Adrian? What's up, y'all? Yes, Santa came early for some of us. I'm so excited. So excited. Listen, y'all, listen. I, it should have never been that close. Let me just say that. That election should have never been that close. Never been that close. I see you, Shirley Nicholson. It should have never been that close. What's up, John Gord? It should have never been that close, y'all. Senator Raphael Warnock is labeled as the projected winner in the re-election of Tuesday's runoff. Y'all, it is actually handing the Democrats in the Senate 51 seats. So it's no longer 50-50, and it really helps. I see you, Virgie, coming in from Virginia. What's up, Rodney Peters? What's up, Tracy New? I see all of y'all. I'm loving it. See, we all excited. We're all excited. But listen, it handed the Democrats in the Senate 51, which kind of like balances out that cinema and mansion thing. But I think they're going to get themselves together over the next 2 years. Y'all, it should have never been that close. Ever been that close. So y'all, I guess Herschel Walker gave a concession speech, but I guess it was so quick, nobody knew. John Gore said another eye opener, important to vote. Yes, your vote count. Let me pause there and piggyback on that, John. Your vote counts. I have people there in Georgia, and I asked them the millennials, mine included. I said, what did y'all do? Like, how did y'all do this? And they said they went in with the mindset of they're trying to get us to not vote and to keep us silent, which I'm so glad Senator Warnock brought that out in his speech last evening, his acceptance speech. But they were saying that they made up in their mind, you're not going to silence me. So they made up in their mind, rain, sleet, snow, cold, heat, whatever, we're going out there. They already had the mindset that we're going to be here at least 8 hours. They were thinking 8 hours in line. And y'all know that some of the lines are wrapped around the building. You saw some of the images. And this was for a runoff election. They said they went with a positive mindset. They were going to talk to people. They said, they had their own little tote bag full of whatever they needed. They said they know they couldn't share or pass things off to anybody else, but they were just going to have the mindset of, we're here. This is a day at work. They had their laptops, their smartphones, whatever. They did whatever they needed to do, and they stood in line. I said, did y'all see anybody ever feeling like, oh, I can't stand here long? They were like, yeah. And they said, so they just kind of like started having conversation. They were like, come on, we're almost there. Once we get in there, it's going to be about 5 minutes and we're back out. They were telling everybody, like screaming back and forth in the line, saying, hey, y'all got y'all's ID. Go ahead and pull it out. We're getting closer to the door. They kept the conversation going. They said they made it interesting, but they went with the mindset, this is going to be for a minute. I see you, Lori. I see you, Robert Holman. I see you, Latrice Jones. Yeah, y'all, come on, Pearl. Y'all, these right here, paparazzi, check it out. Christmas gifts, do that. Go ahead and go order today. But y'all, that's what happened. So now the numbers are still coming in. The latest numbers I was able to grab as early as 15 minutes ago. Some data shows it was roughly 3.3 million people are voted. There's other data that shows that more than 3.5 million people cast ballots for yesterday's runoff, with about 1.8 million people voting early. and breaking records. And this has become, they now have labeled this the most expensive race of 2022 midterm election season. Yeah, they believe that between just the two of them, at least $400 million was spent in total by these candidates, y'all. $400 million. I see you, Davia. Come on up in here, girl. $400 million. So y'all forget, listen, sweatshirt not, look, I ain't sleep. So this is what y'all getting this morning. So I was pulling all these numbers. So y'all, again, 51-49 majority will likely mean in terms of policy, the Senate will be able to get some things to President Joe Biden's desk and signed. Y'all, I was listening to different history reports, findings. Y'all, don't sleep on Joe. Y'all call him a sleeper if you want to. Don't sleep on Joe, because Joe Biden, they went all the way back to 1934. I heard someone else go back to 1922, I believe. But they were saying that he is the first president since that time, and I'm gonna use the 1934 date, that has been able to bring in all of the there were 4 seats, brought all 4 of them back into the Senate. And now they're 51-49. So y'all, we got to pay attention. This is not the time to sleep. This is not the time to sleep. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. John Gore says 400 million, crazy waste, but that's what they did. That's what they did. So what is this going to look like? How is this going to fold out? What do we need to do? How do we need to prepare? I felt it was important to share that with you all this morning. The thing is, y'all, Christmas, Christmas gifts. Listen, Christmas gifts. Give people the app on Christmas to tell them if they are not registered to vote, to go vote. This also says something. I love what Senator Warnock said in his acceptance speech when he said Georgians got up, they got dressed, they put their shoes on, and they went out there and they voted. And they stood in that rain. They stood in the cold. They stood there and they cast their ballots. Like, they will not be silenced. They will not be silenced. Now, don't think for a moment they're not going to try to figure out how to work around this. Don't think for a moment that the other side is not going to try to figure out. And they tried to suffocate the people in Georgia, but they still came out. I see you, Diane Ladybug. Desperation. You're right, Kim Edmondson. Y'all, listen. So we're going to have to start work now. Who are we targeting? Y'all know in my goals yesterday, and Isaiah, if you can pull up the goals for a moment, my goals yesterday that I shared going in 2023 is to register 10,000 new voters. So y'all, that's going to be on the top of our list. And we want to target those 18-year-olds, those who are turning 18. We're also going to start targeting individuals who have given that lackadaisical attitude of they're not going to vote. Thank you, Isaiah. One thing that we know for sure, and you heard this time and time again of people they were interviewing in the line. Many of them did not vote in the general election. Now, one thing that I was following MSNBC, I do go to Fox, I do go to CNN, I go to PBS, I go to BBC, I go to different places. Now, one thing that Steve Kornacki on MSNBC was getting on my last nerves. And I'm gonna say this, and I was gonna send a letter, but I said, how do I best do this? Because who knows, they may want me to come join their show, so I gotta be nice. So look, dream, y'all, dream. But he kept saying, well, the Black votes aren't in yet. And I was like, why do you keep saying that? There are 2 Black men running. Why do you keep saying that? Right here, this area right here is a big area of Black people. Why was that relevant? Why was that important? What are you saying here? Are you saying only Black people are Democrats and only white people are Republicans? Where that's not true. So that language, he was making my skin crawl when he was saying that. At the same time, there were so many people who did not vote in the general election that came out. So when Steve Kornacki was giving his analysis and putting the numbers up there, Warnock was gaining votes where sometimes Walker was dropping, or Walker would stay about average of what happened on November the 8th. Y'all, those numbers are key. The numbers are key because it says a lot about people in general in their voting. It also sent the message that people are tired. And that's why I want to say to those out there in the House, you want to be careful because right now we have Representative Andy Biggs, Republican of Arizona, announced that he is running against the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Republican, California, for the Speaker of the House. Now, y'all, they only have four. They only are over four. They have to hit the number 218, which they did. They may. They still don't know if they have the 222, but they may hit that 222. That's not enough to play politics like that. You don't have enough. You don't have a great majority where you were hoping to get 30 or 40 seats. You only got four. Okay, so the message yesterday should send to everyone in all the chambers, including the Supreme Court of the United States. People are tired. They're tired and they're not playing these politics. Like, they want you to take care of the constituents. So we have an opportunity as News in Motion viewers. Put up the goals again for me, Isaiah. Y'all, item number 4, we've talked about it. Now we want to bring it out in 2023. News in Motion viewers determine an idea for a bill and present it to a representative with the hopes that they will introduce it to Congress. I want us to do that going into 2023. And I want us to begin thinking today. Thank you, Isaiah. I want us to begin thinking today. What are those ideas we're going to put together on paper so that we can narrow it down to one? And I was thinking, how do we add that and couple that with voting and couple that with voter education and couple that with putting that back in the schools, high schools, as one of the requirements to graduate? Yeah, y'all, that's where I'm going with my head this morning, that it becomes a requirement to graduate, that you have to complete a voter education course, not government course, but a voter education course. Now, I don't want to be the only person to say that. I want us to collectively come up with that idea for the bill. So start thinking about that. But y'all, we have work to do, and we can start that by giving Christmas gifts of here's the app to vote. Everyone around this table, we want you to vote. So y'all, that's what happened. So Georgia, thank you, thank you, thank you. It should have never been that close. It should have never been that close. Y'all, also Santa delivered another gift on yesterday. Santa came early, y'all. The House January 6th panel to make criminal referrals to Justice Department related to the storming of the U.S. Capitol, individuals who may face charges or have not been specified. However, Representative Benny Thompson, Democrat of Mississippi, the committee chair, said at least one person will be referred. Hello, somebody. Who's that one? Who's that one? And then Santa came again yesterday, y'all. The New York jury found the Trump Organization, although he was not named individually, but his name is on the whole thing, a group of business entities owned by the former guy, guilty of tax fraud and other crimes. Somebody come for him, come for him. The Trump Organization could be required to pay up to $1.6 million in fines. That's just not enough. A relatively small amount considering the size of the companies. Yeah, and of course he came out talking about I'm not in agreement with this jury decision declaring a trial. This is just a witch hunt. Guess what, former guy? And you are melting. You're melting, dude. You're melting. Did we done thrown that water on you? You're starting to melt. Listen, y'all can mark my words. Gail Dudley said it right here on Wednesday, December the 7th, 2022. What time is it? 7:39 a.m. Watch it. One by one, the GOP leadership is going to start backing away from old dude because he is not bringing them what they thought. He needs to sit down somewhere. Buttercup, sit down and get ready to get on that orange jumpsuit. You might want to have somebody come in and start fitting you for what that may look like. But y'all, he's melting. Y'all, it's a great day. It's a great day to be alive. Now, y'all, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I really want you all to weigh in. I want to hear your perspective from this. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Now, y'all, the congressional leaders on yesterday honored the fallen police officers who protected the U.S. Capitol during the January 6, 2021 insurrection, presenting them with congressional gold medals. Now, y'all, the family of the Capitol Police officer, Brian Sicknick, who died after the attack, they refused to shake hands with House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. I hear, and I feel this. I really do. And I actually cried watching it, okay? Um, but I just wonder, was that the right thing to do? Not shake their hands. And I really want y'all to weigh in on that. Uh, Neither one of them caused the insurrection. Well, Kevin McCarthy may be a little out of balance there, but Mitch McConnell, he didn't cause the insurrection. Um, what do y'all think about that? Because I don't know how I feel about that. I really want to hear, what do y'all think about that? And as y'all putting that in, let me see what else you were saying. Yep, Leah saying that. Did you see where the Capitol Police officer? Yep. That's what I want to talk about. What do y'all think about that? The former guy will be the first former president to go to jail. Marion, look, give that prophecy. Lori, not your melting. Dave, your pal melting. He's melting. He is melting. So how what do y'all think about that? How did y'all feel about that? If you had a loved one pass away, actually murdered during an insurrection where they're protecting the Capitol, and there was a place where there was congressional gold medal, would you shake the hands of everyone? Now, I can understand the former guy was standing up there, wish they would not have allowed that to happen. But what would you have done? Because I don't know how I feel about that. Let me see what some of you are saying. Dr. Antoinette said, I wouldn't have shook their hands either. Okay. Mike Nicholson said they supported that man and didn't speak out loudly. Okay. John Gore said, no, disrespectful, but I feel the family bitterness. That was not the time or place. Okay, so we're on the same line. Pastor Alex said, I think not shaking the hand sends a certain message. Okay, a message that is positive or negative. You can expound on that, Pastor Alex. Rosanna said they helped create the monster that got out of hand. So no, they wouldn't. Lost her somewhere. No, they wouldn't get my handshake. Misha, my ancestors wouldn't allow me to do it. Okay, Leah, those men were enablers of a man who incited an insurrection. Lori says it's a catch-22 because you don't want to drop to their level. However, if they supported or downplayed the incident that killed someone, they're still hurting. And I would agree with that. And I saw the hurt. You can feel that. And Karen, good morning to you as well. So thank y'all for weighing in on that. I appreciate that. So y'all, we have I just labeled this what's happening at the House. So we have someone who's now going to challenge Kevin McCarthy. Um, and we don't know what's going to happen there. So we have Matt Gaetz, Bob Good, Ralph Norman, and Matt Rosendale, who have indicated they're looking for an alternative person to vote for as House Speaker. Now, the people again have spoken, and they're saying we don't want to do this. We don't want to play these games with you all. So here's another thing I want you to weigh in today. Is it time for the lawmakers to begin to write policies, laws, legislation, produce them, and do what's best for their constituents? Or do they see that these next 2 years is still an opportunity to play politics and cause ruckus? Which way do you see them going, especially in the House? So if you weigh in on that as well, and I'll see some other people. Deborah says, grief is so personal, it would be hard to shake their hands. Deborah says, we all deal with pain differently. They supported that monster. I would not have shaken their hands. Kim Edmondson says Republicans should have done more to emphasize the seriousness of the incident. I appreciate that. Mike Nicholson says Gaetz better not run. So it's going to be interesting to see all of this unfold. But y'all, that's the world of politics that I wanted to share with you today. There's a lot going on, but let me give you, John Gore says it's time for a change. Kenny says they're playing games and still are. Rodney Peters says they're going to play politics. But Rodney, let me ask you this question. Don't you believe, though, that we, the people, sent a message on November the 8th, and then those in Georgia on yesterday, that we're over it? And should they not take heed and pay attention to what we, the people, have said? Because as I said, y'all, back on November the 9th, and I still believe that today, we, the people, are really in control right now. We, the people, are really in control right now. And they need to pay attention because this 2024 is around the corner. This can go one way or the other. But we, the people, and that goes back to the maps and gerrymandering that's happening. What happened in Georgia on yesterday said, y'all better sit down somewhere. Like, seriously, sit down. So it's going to be interesting to see some of this unfold. Rodney says, we did, but clearly they don't care. Okay. Okay. And Pastor Alex, thank you. The Republicans are hard of hearing. Yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. So y'all, that's what I wanted to talk about when it comes to politics today. Just I wanted to give y'all just a brief piece. Dr. Shannon says, but that won't stop the shenanigans. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So y'all, this is the most wonderful time of the year. At least I'm gonna make it that, and I'm gonna party like it's 1999. But I was going through some things because people have been asking about tips. So I found this important piece on tips and giving tips, especially during this inflation, possible recession, although they're starting to back off of that a little bit, and what to tip and what does that look like. So I want to just go over a few of those, and I'm going to give y'all Black authors book list that I can't wait to see. As that's pulling up, if Isaiah can put up the podcast image again, thank you all for the amazing comments on the new podcast. It just feels right. The team is excited about it. We have a great lineup. It makes my heart sing, and we're excited about it. So the first episode, we've already recorded January. The first episode will launch on Friday, January the 6th, I believe. I believe it's the 6th. So that first Friday in January, and we are extremely excited about it. Thank y'all for all the positive feedback. Yeah, I just, as I shared with you all yesterday, I do news Monday through Thursday. And I was like, I'm not feeling this news thing on Friday, even though it's a podcast and it's a little different. Thank you, Isaiah. I said, but I need to make a shift. So the original millennial team, we got together. Yeah, I know we can fight sometimes in a good way. But when Molly Huggins came up, as we were pulling out words and what I do and how I go about doing it, and when we pull it all together, we were like, wow, that is it. And everyone thought it was just amazing. And I don't know if Carl is on here, Pastor Carl, this morning, but he's a great strategist. So if y'all ever need help, y'all should reach out to him. He helps get you to think through some things. So he would be on my side and then he would flip to the other side. I was like, you're supposed to be over here with me. But we had a good time going back and forth. So it was great. So let's talk about these tips. Tipping is important this year because people, whatever that looks like, people are struggling. That's the truth. Even if you see somebody day in and day out, they're struggling. So, what do you give each person? Well, the list goes on from different people, babysitter, nanny, whatever you want to call them. On the nanny side, if you have that opportunity, 1 week's pay is the norm for a tip. Your regular date night sitter or something like that, $30 to $50. Daycare staff, $30 to $50. Whether it's Starbucks or Tim Hortons, Caribou Coffee, whatever place, your barista, a $10 gift. Your dog walker, $10 to $30. Your newspaper carrier, I didn't think they still had those, $10 to $20. Your postal worker, $10 or $20. I don't know who does this. Do people still do this? The gift wrapper at the mall? I didn't know we still did that. $2 to $5 per package. I didn't know dry cleaners were still open. They were saying $10 to $30 for them if you're a regular person. Diane Ladybug, you're absolutely correct. Tip the bagger at Kroger because there's not many of them left that they think we're the bagger. That's another topic we're going to talk about because I'm about over it. I don't work at Kroger. I'm not checking myself out and I'm not bagging I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. The mailman, $10 to $20. The landscaper, gardener, $20 to $30. Your housekeeper, $50 to $150. Your personal trainer, $10 to $30. Your mechanic, $10 to $30. Your building super, $25 to $100. Your Christmas tree carrier, $5 to $10. Your doorman, $25 to $100. Your hairstylist, $20 to $50. So, y'all, this is just an idea of what we're going to do. Dr. Shannon says, same here. I ain't going to, I'm not bagging. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. But, y'all, I looked at this list and I thought it was very interesting. And I said, wow, what other ways can we gift people? So I'm going to let you in on something that I used to do until the pandemic, and I stopped. When I turned 50, and I'm sharing this, I kept this quiet for the longest, and I'm now 57. When I turned 50, there were friends that we went to Martha's Vineyard. I believe I shared that with y'all before. But I told everyone, I said, bring a book as a gift. I said, whatever book you want to do, get a new book, go to Barnes and Noble, Amazon, whatever, get a new book and bring a book as a gift. And then I had the gift paper and the tissue paper and all that. And the morning of my birthday, while we were on Martha's Vineyard, I said, okay, what we're going to do, we were headed to biscuit for breakfast. And I said, what we're going to do as the Lord speaks to you, we're going to randomly give a gift to somebody out in the street, and we're going to say whatever we want to say to them. And I said, if you don't do it by breakfast, if you're not led, throughout the day, we're going to give gifts. So all 9 of us were giving gifts. The reaction on people's faces were priceless. And first of all, my friends and my daughter and niece and Claire said, my daughter like, Mom, you're crazy. What are we doing? We're not doing that. People are going to look at us weird. No, people cried. People were excited. People were we had a great time. We made a lot of friends. So after my 50th birthday, which was July, whatever year that was, that Christmas, I said, every day from December the 1st to December 24th, I'm going to give a gift away randomly wherever I am. So I would go out and buy gifts. I bought some serious gifts, okay? I was going to the outlet, picking up stuff, and I was making packages, and I was giving gifts to people. And the reaction was amazing. People were like, I didn't have any. I'll never forget this one woman, older woman, I gave a gift to. We were in the Marshall's parking lot in Lewis Center. And I gave her, I said, if you don't mind, I just want to share some joy. I gave her a gift. I walked away. She came behind me because she had opened the gift and she was crying. She said, I just lost my husband. I don't have any children. And I was already dreading Christmas. She said, you just allowed me to have some joy back. You never know who you're touching on your journey. You never know. So I did that for a few years until the pandemic. I have no plan to do it again this year, next year, anything. But I share that with you all today, not for me, but to give you an idea of here's all of these different people, but outside of these people, who else can you give to and what else can you share? And what does that look like for you? Y'all, people are hurting. People are facing inflation. Y'all, food insecurity numbers have risen again. Food banks are unable to keep food in the stock room. People are begging for help. They're begging for help. So y'all think of different ideas that you can do for someone when it comes to this holiday season. Someone. And if you do something random, first of all, be safe, be protected. My family was like, Gail, you just can't be going up to people on the street. But I would pray and say, God, show me people. Again, I'm a different breed. So be careful. Number one, be careful. And then the second thing is make sure you're sensitive. Like I would say I'm spreading joy, but I wouldn't put scriptures or anything like that on different things. I was just very mindful of that. So y'all, when you're thinking tips or what you're going to do, those are some suggestions. All right, y'all, we're keeping in time with this 35 minutes or less, and I'm going to make it. Y'all, now here's some different books I want to share with you all, books from Black authors that will make perfect Christmas gifts. Black Boy Smile is a memoir in moments by D. Watkins. Black Boy Smile. I hear it's an outstanding book. These are what you're calling feature books on different Black bookstore sites. The Light We Carry by Michelle Michelle Obama. I read it. It's amazing. I actually think I like it more than Becoming. Um, Ghetto Gastro presents Black Power Kitchen. It's just a fun book. I flipped through it. Looks pretty cool. Cooking from the Spirit, Easy, Delicious, and Joyful Plant-Based Inspirations by Tabitha Brown. That's another good one. Marked for Life, One Man's Fight for Justice from the Inside by Isaac Wright Jr. And what I'll do is I'll put this list in the thread as well later on. Shirley Chisholm, Unsought and Unbossed. That's another great book. Take My Hand by Dolan Perkins Valdez. The Moment Made Us, A Father, a Son, and a Legacy of a Freedom Bride by Davis Dennis Jr. A children's book that people are talking about everywhere, You Matter to Me by Doyen Richards. And then a young reader's book, Futureland Battle for the Park by H.D. Hunter. So, y'all, these are several books, and we'll post them out there. I see Diane Ladybug on here. Her book never, ever, ever gets old. The Morning Message, make sure you get that as a gift. To give to someone this Christmas as well. So y'all, that's our list. So now for the inspirational message, and then we're out of here. Do the dance. The inspirational message today is do the dance. Y'all, we all have a song in us, and with that song comes a dance. So y'all, do the dance. When you're in the store and you're hearing music, sing along and dance. You'd be amazed how many people are waiting for someone to start singing or dancing. You will brighten their day, or they'll join you in that sing and dance. Y'all, go ahead and do it. Do the dance. There's so much stuff that's pent up on the inside of us today that it's time to release it. So do the dance. Yes, Mike Nicholson. He said somebody say dance. Y'all, he's the dance guru. Okay. But do the dance. Live your life. Have fun. I think I said it was Monday. Enjoy the season. Y'all, listen, it's time to do the dance. Lori says, do the dance. Moses and I dance all the time in the grocery store elevator, walking down the street. Y'all do dance in the rain if you have to. Do the dance. I see you, Tanya. Do the dance. She says, see, I try to tell Lexi. That's Lexi's mama, y'all. This all the time. I love it. Y'all, I can be in Macy's. I'll be transparent. And no, Macy's will play some serious hip hop music from like the 80s or whatever. And you just start dancing. And it actually helps me, so I don't buy stuff. It's like, let me just dance and sing my way through this. But it's amazing how people will smile or they'll laugh or there's like, you're so free. And I'm like, yeah, join in the freedom. It makes you, it changes your life. Just do the dance, live the life. Y'all, we've been through a lot this year with all of this election. Y'all, this election was major. I told y'all that in January. It will be the most important election of our lifetime. And we really came to a point where we said enough. We came out, as Senator Warnock said, we got up, we got dressed, we put our shoes on, and we did the work. So y'all, it's now time to dance, release the stress, just enjoy life. Enjoy life. So you're probably wondering what's the rest of the calendar for NewsInMotion this year. Well, I'm actually praying about it. We got us through the runoff election, which was yesterday. Yes, we'll be here tomorrow. And then I'm going to pray about it. Because we're looking forward to next year. Isaiah, if you put up the segments for next year, for those who didn't see it yesterday, the segments are headline news, Council for Foreign Relations Affairs, because many of you were saying you missed it. News from the White House, from the chamber. This is stuff that's coming out of the chamber. Game Over with Kenny Stanley. It's on the line, which will also include That's Happening, What's the Cause, and then the inspirational message. And we fleshed these out, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then again, for the goals we have. Register 10,000 new voters, feed 10 families monthly, help kickstart 5 small businesses, the bill that we want to present to a representative, and then host monthly webinars for NewsInMotion members. At the end of this year, Patreon is going away. It's going away. It'll be no more. It didn't really work for what it was we were trying to do here as a grassroots aggregated media outlet. Thank you, Isaiah. So we will stay tuned. We'll give you more on that. So we've already pivot, as I love that word from David. We've already pivot to 2023. So we're just trying to see what's best. And we don't want to just wake you up at 7:25 just for general purposes. We want to make sure we're giving some. So I'm praying about it. I'm going to ask the team what do they want to do next week. And this is the team who works with me every day. And we'll see what we'll do for next week. But stay tuned. We'll let you know tomorrow what we're going to do. All right, y'all. That's all I have today. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Georgia. We can't thank you enough. All right, y'all. I am Gail Dudley. Y'all know what I say. Stay well. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.
News in motion.